You're a cheese lover? I'm asking people about if they know much about the production of cheese, basically.
Okay.
Do you know why cows produce milk?
To feed their babies.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think happens with the babies if we take the milk for cheese?
So they just remove the babies as soon as they're born.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And with the boys and with some girls that are surplus to the industry, they'd kill at about 4 days old. Do you think it's okay that we do that to these animals?
I think if you like cheese, you can just support local, smaller production that's
Okay.
take more care about their animals. But
Okay, so like maybe one that lets the babies live for their full life. Do you think that exists?
so I'm from France,
Yeah,
we eat a lot of cheese.
Yeah,
and there is more local producer than maybe here. So I don't know about New Zealand, but yeah.
Oh yeah, so worldwide, so for someone to make profit from exploiting an animal to get their either their body parts or their secretions like milk, it has to be profitable, right? So if you think about all the time it takes to feed a cow, raise them healthily, they're not going to bother with that. Even on a local small farm, they will often kill the baby boys because they won't ever produce milk. And then when the cow is
They
about...
don't use them to grow them as beef or...
no, that's usually a different breed.
Okay.
Yeah, the same with chickens. They have a different breed for layer hens and a different breed called broiler hens for meat. And they kind of, they have different... We've given them different purposes, you know? So do you think that it's okay to exploit animals in any case, like whether it's
Sure,
right?
Of course, it's cruel. So
Yeah, it's cruel, right? Yeah. Do you think that the pleasure that we get from that experience is a good justification for supporting an industry that does that to an animal?
no, so sure, it's complicated because we are a cheese lover. I am, to be honest. So first would be to be conscious about the big. I think the bigger farms are worse than the smaller ones. So maybe just to be conscious about and choose local products and more animal friendly. I don't know if it's possible, but animal care.
Yeah. Do you think that there's an animal friendly way to kill an animal who doesn't want to die?
No, sure.
Yeah. So local is great for the environment, so it cuts down on emissions for sure. But even then, I think it's something like animal products still create more emissions, whether they're local or not, than plant-based food, for example. So if you care about the environment, that might be one little tipping point to going plant-based. But what I'm here for is trying to speak up for the animals and promoting veganism, veganism is just the stance or the principle that we shouldn't exploit animals, full stop. Like if you're conscious, if you're sentient, you deserve to have the right to be free, to have bodily autonomy, to not be confined or have your body exploited. And in the case of cows for milk, basically forcefully impregnated over and over until you don't produce enough anymore. All the while your babies have been taken from you, which you know about. Like none of it's very nice. And if we really look at ourselves and whether we agree with this on a logical level or psychological, your conscience, do we really think that buying a little circle of cheese in the supermarket is a good, the taste that we get from it is a good justification for any kind of, whether it's local and they're treated nicely, do we think that that's an okay justification? You know?
No, sure.
Yeah.
For meats and sure.
Thank you for being really honest with me today. I'm going to give you guys a little card. Are you guys from France?
Yes.
Are you visiting or you're living here?
Holiday visa.
Oh, fantastic. Well, welcome to New Zealand.
Thank you.
And take this. And this top link basically is all about what happens to animals in all the different animal agriculture industries. The second one is basically, it's called Challenge 22. It's like 22 days of plant-based recipe ideas and nutrition information.
Cool.
So it's kind of like a why and a how, just to get you started. Sometimes I ask this question: how many more animals do you want to be exploited, abused, and killed on your behalf from today? Is it 0 or is it more than 0? You don't even have to tell me. You can just make that decision and consider that next time you go to the supermarket, next time you buy clothes. Yeah. C'est beau.
You raised some interesting questions, and we'll definitely think more about that.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's all I want to hear.
Because
Yeah.
we try to eat less meat because everybody knows that meat is okay. You are
But
killing
for the
killing.
environment and
Yeah,
for the
but
animals.
sure, people doesn't think about dairy much more than
Dairy
meat.
and
So
eggs as well. Please do watch that first link, Dominion.
Yeah.
It's free on YouTube, and it will describe what happens to the chickens in the egg industry as well. I don't have to go into that with you now, but yeah, check it out when you get a chance.
All right.
Great. Really appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend. And
too.
yeah, nice
Thank
seeing
you.
you. Thanks, guys.